Do you remember when we created this colorful house together? We had so much fun creating that candy and the snow, and then you hit that thumbs up. That was a great moment. But now for this video, we are going to turn this cute little house into an animation. So go and grab your file, or if you have just dropped into this video and you have no idea how to create this, then go and watch the You Can Draw This tutorial so you can create your own house and then you can come back here, okay? So grab your file. I would suggest duplicating it first so you'll always have a backup in case you screw something up. It's always nice to have backups. Now you have your file, we have the layers, and we are going to remove the snow for now because we are going to animate the snow. So let's delete this layer and then we are going to merge everything. And you can do that by pinching layers together like this. We can pinch them all together to turn it into one single layer. And we have merged them because when you make an animation, every single layer or every single layer group will be a frame in your animation. And if we would have kept all these layers separate and just have them in a group, we would have to duplicate that group again and again, and you would end up with loads of layers. And I think your iPad might not be able to handle that. It's also a lot less confusing. And now we are going to add snow to our scene. So we're gonna add the snow again, but this time we are going to do it a bit differently. We're going to add a new layer by using a little plus, and we are going to use the round chalk again for our snow. Let's zoom out a little bit, and this time we want to create a bit less snow because we are going to make 2 layers of snow. So first we'll create our first snow layer. For the color, we are going to use this last color and the second row. You already have the color palette if you have followed the previous tutorial. And let's set the size of the brush to 35%. The opacity is at 100%. And let's just add some snow, but not too much. Just in all places. Oh, and in this animation, we won't just be animating the snow, but we will also be turning on the lights, which should be a lot of fun. All right, so just add snow in all places. Maybe one over here. And then we'll create another layer by clicking the plus. And now we are going to add more snow here. Fill the gaps. You don't have to give it too much thought. Perhaps one over here. Now I think we have enough snow. Now let's group these layers by sliding to the right and tapping group. Close the group. Now this group will be one frame in our animation. Now let's duplicate the group by sliding to the left and tapping duplicate. So now we have 2 frames for our animation. And let's turn on animation assist so you'll know what I mean. You'll have to go to the wrench, then to canvas, and then turn on animation assist. And that'll make this little bar at the bottom pop up, and you'll see 2 frames. And they are both the same. They just have a different color. So that's just so you know on what frame you are. You can change the settings. Here you can change the onion skin colors. We have red and green now, but you can pick your favorite colors if you like. It doesn't really matter. You can also decide if you want your animation to loop, to ping pong, or to one shot. If you choose loop, it'll loop for eternity. If you choose ping pong, it'll go from, well, it go that way and then back. So the snow will be falling and then it will go back up again, which would not make sense. And if you pick one shot, it'll just run the animation one time. Here you can also set the frames per second. For a regular animation, 24 frames is the usual amount of frames, but we are not like professional animators here. We are just going to create like a little GIF or GIF or GIF. So we'll see what amount of frames per second we'll end up with. And you can also change the amount of onion skin frames. That's the amount of other layers, other frames that you'll see when you're working with this. And you can change the onion skin opacity. And now you'll see if you turn it up, you'll see that green other layer. But we don't need it to be very opaque. Let's go for 50%. And now let's work on the second frame. That's this group. And we are going to move the snow over here. So let's open the group. And the thing with snow is it's usually not dropping straight down, but it's like zigzagging. I'm not sure what the word would be, but it's zigzagging down towards the floor. So we are going to move one layer diagonally to the left and the other diagonally to the right and down, of course. So let's first go to layer 2, then to the move tool. That's the little arrow over here. And let's turn off snapping if you have it turned on. And let's move it diagonally down to the right. And you can see that onion skin frame, super handy. So let's move it down a little bit and then go to layer 3. Use the arrow tool again and move that down towards the left. Like this. Now, of course, we would need some new snow here at the top because that's empty. Now, an easy way to be able to see that where you need to fill in some snow is by making another layer here. Let's make it, well, like this blue, for instance. Doesn't really matter. And now on these layers, we can add some more snow. So we'll have to pick that white. That's the last color in the second row. And let's just add some new snowflakes at the top. Then go to layer 3 and add some snow there as well. And you can turn off the blue layer and we can duplicate this group to repeat the step. So drag to the left, use duplicate, and we can actually remove the blue layer here. But we want it over here, because we are going to move the snow again. First layer 2. The first time we moved it towards the right. Now we are going to move it to the left. So that it's zigzagging, remember? So to the left and downward, and then the other one to the right and downward. Now you can see that some of these snowflakes are a little bit messed up, so let's fix that. Let's turn off this layer so we can see which ones are a little bit messed up, and let's just go over and fix them. And we can also add some new snowflakes. Well, we don't need a whole lot. I think that's enough. Then the other one, let's fix any snowflakes that are messed up over here and add a few new snowflakes. Then we can duplicate the group again. Let's slide to the left, tap duplicate. We can remove the blue layer over here. And what did we just do? Did layer 1, layer 2, it moved to the, just moved to the left, right? Now we need to move it to the right again. That was it. Let's go to the move tool. Let's move it downwards and to the right. And then layer 3 will move downwards and to the left. Like that. And we'll need to add some snowflakes again. This one moved to the right. Let's turn this one off for now so we can see it a bit better. Add some new snowflakes. Then to layer 3. Add some snowflakes over here. And now let's just take a look at our animation. What it looks like right now. You can tap play over here. You can see that the snow is going super fast. Let's go to the settings and lower the amount of frames per second. For instance, to 3. you can see that the snow is slowly falling, or relatively slow. We can also go for 2. Then it's even slower. Let's just add one more frame, but when you work with this, you can make as many frames as you like, or as your iPad likes, I guess. Let's duplicate this group. Let's remove the blue one. And now with layer 2, we need to go to the left again, right? So let's move it downwards and to the left, like this. And then we'll move layer 3 downwards and to the right. Then we'll need to fix some snowflakes again. Let's start with layer 3. So you can turn the blue layer back on so you're able to see it a bit better. Now we moved that way, so we'll need new snowflakes over here. Then we'll go to layer 2, turn layer 3 off, and make sure that you're on layer 2. We don't need to fix any snowflakes, but we can add a few new ones. And then we can turn off layer 9, or we can actually remove it. And let's see, we have 5 frames now. Let's play it. And you can see that the snow is gently falling. Now we also want to turn on the lights. We are going to do that now. Let's go to group 1 first. To make these lights glow, we are going to use a special brush. We are going to use the Sprinkle 1 brush. You can find it in a treasure chest brush pack. If you don't already have it, go to freefromflow.com to get it for free. And let's turn on the blue lights first. Let's grab this color. That's the 6th color in the 3rd row. And the opacity of the brush is at 100% and the size is at 12%. Let's just tap twice on these lights to turn them on. Then we'll move to the next group, open that one up, go to layer 12. And this time, let's turn on the green lights. We'll use the 2nd color in the 3rd row to turn on these lights, tap twice. Then for the next one, we'll turn on the pink lights. Let's grab this color. That's the 6th one in the 2nd row. Tap twice on the lights to turn them on. And let's just take a peek of what that looks like. If you would want to repeat this sequence, then you would have to make another group, because we would need 6 groups, 6 frames to repeat the blue, green, pink pattern. But we can also create another pattern. For instance, for this frame, go to this group. We can go for like blue, green, pink, blue, green. So first we'll go for blue. Grab that blue color, then we'll skip one, then we'll turn on the green. So we need the 2nd color in the 3rd row. Then we'll need the pink one, 6th color in the 2nd row. Turn that on, then we need the blue again. And then finally the green one, that's the 2nd color in the 3rd row. And then for the final group, open that one up, go to layer 12. We can turn on all the lights. So that will be the sequence for this light string. And go to the blue color, 6th color in the 3rd row. Turn the blue lights on. And then finally the pink ones, that's the 6th color in the 2nd row. Turn those on. And then we have a nice sequence. Let's tap play to check it out. I think it looks really festive. Now, if you want to export your work, you can go to the wrench, then to share, and you can share your file as a GIF, GIF, whatever, or as an MP4, for example. That would be nice to use if you want to share it on Instagram, for example. And you can change the frames per second if you want the snow to be really fast or slower. And here you can see, well, how big your file is. It's not that big, so we can easily share it online. And then you can just tap export and spread your fun little candy house, spread it across the internet. Now, I hope you had fun following this tutorial, just as much fun as we had when we created the house in the first place. If you did, then do be sure to let me know, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up again. And then I'll see you next time for the next You Can Draw This video tutorial. Thank you for watching.